Let me show you how I like to create Sci-Fi Risers using Serum. So first, let's go ahead and go to the menu and initialize Serum. This brings everything back to its default position. For oscillator A, I'm going to choose a wavetable called FFT at thirds. Then let's go ahead and raise the octave to +2. Next, let's go down here where it says LFO1, and let's create a rising LFO shape. Then take this LFO1 shape and drag and drop it onto the coarse pitch knob for oscillator A. This determines how the riser evolves over time. Let's go ahead and make this coarse pitch a bit longer. Next, let's go ahead and grab the LFO1 shape we created and drag and drop it onto the wavetable knob for oscillator A. Then let's go ahead and enable oscillator B, and let's choose Basic Mini. Let's raise the octave to +2 and the semitone to +8. Then let's go back down to LFO1, grab the same LFO shape, and drag and drop it onto the coarse pitch knob for oscillator B. And let's go ahead and make this one a little bit shorter. Next, go to the filter section and turn it on. Make sure A and B oscillators are turned on as well. Then you want to go to the drop-down menu and select Ring Mod. Then you want to go back to the same LFO1 shape and drag and drop it onto the cutoff knob in the filter section. Adding the same LFO shape onto the cutoff knob in the filter section just gives it more movement. Next, let's add some noise to our riser. Go over here to the far left section of Serum and enable noise. For this example, I chose SID noise, which you can find under analog. By the way, make sure it's routed through the filter as well. So make sure that this part right here where it says N is enabled. Now down here at the bottom of Serum, set the LFO1 to 4 bars. And make sure you select envelope so it doesn't loop when you play it. Next, I went to the effects section and I added some EQ to tame some of the highs and boost the low mids. Then I selected hyper dimension to add some width. Then I added some reverb to add space. I added a filter to shape the tone a bit. And finally, I added a compressor. There's really no right or wrong here. Try different wavetables, octaves, and effects. You can get really unique risers just by experimenting. So with all that being said, let's hear the riser we created.